Maple TA Exam Review Unit 3, question number 40. Laverne is traveling to Tennessee for 3 days and plans to rent a car. She picked out a car and now must choose between two car rental companies. For car economy rentals, the cost is $30.51 per day plus 52 cents per mile. For yellow car rentals, the cost is $45.74 per day and 17 cents per mile. Use a system of equations to model Laverne's situation and choose the best response below. Okay, so over here I gave us a couple of, just a little bit of the information I gleaned, that economy was this per day, she'll be traveling for 3 days and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to find is the cost for the total for all of the days. And because she's going to be 3 days and we have the cost per day, we're going to do per day and multiply that by 3 for the total for the day for economy. And for yellow, same thing here, be 45 and multiply that by the 3 days. And this gives me how much money she will spend just for renting it for 3 days. Now the next part is per mile. Because I don't know how many miles she'll be traveling, this will be represented by a variable. So we're going to do 52 cents per mile. So we're going to multiply that by x, whatever variable. We'll just use x. And same with this one, it'll be 17 cents per mile. So we multiply it by the number of miles, which we don't know. So x is our variable. And so that gives us our two equations. We can write them here. Let's move this over here so that we can see. And our two equations will be y equals 0.52 times x plus 91.53, and the other equation, and you'll notice that I moved those around just to make it in slope-intercept form, equals 0.17x plus 137.22, and we can solve this equation. We can work out a little bit here in Excel. I don't think we actually have to solve these unless we want some extra practice. So over here, miles, let's see, it gives us some options here. If Laverne drives 130.5 miles, she pays 167.19 with economy rentals. Well, let's see. So miles, we have 130.5. The cost here is calculated by the economy, what we pay for the 3 days, and add 52 cents per mile. So I'm going to do 52 cents and multiply it by the miles here, and that will be the cost for here. And oh nope, it looks like they did the calculation wrong, so that's wrong, and we don't even need to go any further. The next one says if Laverne drives exactly 132.4 miles, she pays the exact same amount of money with either car rental company. Well, let's see. So let's put 132.4, and in this one, let's just do some absolute cell references so that I can click and drag and not have to worry about retyping that up. So Shift F4 or Function F4, depending on if you have a Mac or a PC. And because of that, if I click and drag, it'll give me the cost here for 132 miles. For the yellow one, 132.4, we'll have to come up with our equation here. This one equals 137.22, and let's go ahead and do an absolute cell reference in case we need to do any more calculations for the next ones. And then we're going to add the 17 cents. Again, let's absolute cell reference that just so that it's out of the way, and multiply it by the miles here, and press enter. And let's see, it said they're the exact same. I have 160 and 159. It's pretty close, but it is not the exact same, and we were extremely particular on these and using Excel, so we didn't make any mistakes in rounding. So that one also isn't correct. Let's try the next one. If Laverne drives more than 130.5 miles, she should choose yellow car rentals because she pays less for her rental car. Okay, so another way of doing this one, we can visualize what the two lines look like, or we can find some more points to see kind of what these where they intersect and which one ends up costing more and less. So let's see, if Laverne drives more than 130.5 miles, she should choose the yellow car company because she ends up paying less. Let's see, here it actually does start it does show that it's going to be less, but let's verify that by also doing 130.5 here and find out what that costs for the yellow car company so that I can compare these two prices. So here 130 was 159.39 cents, so it was a little bit more expensive here. And if we were to continue going back, so let's just say that she drove 100 miles, and we could do that here too. Let's give ourselves some more room. Let's insert some more right here. Okay, so let's also find 100 and see what it would be for here and what it would be for here. So we can see that the smaller number, yellow car is, or the yellow car rentals, yep, that one is higher on these lower miles, but let's go a little higher. Let's say she travels 150 miles and see what that costs for both companies, just because we can do that. 150 miles, and we can show here that this one ends up being less than the economy once we get past this 130.5 range here. So if Laverne drives more than, she should choose the yellow car company because she pays less for her rental car. So far that's actually true, but let's keep going just to make sure. If Laverne drives more than 130.5 miles, she should choose the economy car rentals because she pays less for her rental car. Because we plugged in something like 150, she actually pays more here, and so that one doesn't work either. Then the last one, if Laverne drives 130.5 miles, she pays $161.96 with yellow car rental companies. Let's see, 130. Nope, that also doesn't work. 130.5 gave us 159.40, so again, that one doesn't work either. So this was kind of a workaround on solving the system of equations. We didn't have to solve it. We can kind of just make Excel work for us to find which of these works best for our answer, and that was faster than working through the solving. If you wanted to go through and solve this, you could. Because I can see they used 130.5 repeatedly, I'm guessing that's where these intersect, is that x equals 130.5. But that's just a guess here. So we can just kind of work around that by using Excel. And that's our answer.